Now let's move from man to WAN. That's wide area network. A wide area network is a computer network that covers a large geographic area such as a city, country, and spans even intercontinental distances. So that's our wide area network. And we will begin our discussion with wired vans using an example using an example where using an example of a company with which consists of three branches in different cities of in different cities in India. So a company has three offices. Example, you can take Volvo. It has three HOs in three different cities. Bengaluru is HO and Kolkata and then Delhi. So that's our example. Now the wide area network is a network that connects offices in Bengaluru, Kolkata, and Delhi at this case. So now each of these offices contains computers intended for running. You see, each of these offices contains a computers intended for running user programs, maybe some applications. So there are a lot of a computer is must and should for each and every company these days because most of the operations are been have been taken place in computers only. So that's the reason. So we will follow traditional uses and call these machines as hosts. Okay, total we have three two hosts in Bengaluru office, two hosts in Kolkata office, and two hosts in Delhi and in Delhi. And the rest of the network that connects these hosts is then called communication subnet. The rest of the network that connects each of these uh, systems, what we call it as a communication subnet, or in just subnet for short, subnet. So the what is the job of the subnet then? The job of the subnet is to carry messages from host to host. Just to take an example, just as the telephone system carries words really just sounds from speaker to listener, here if the subnet carries that information from one host which is in Bengaluru to other host which is in Delhi. That is what our subnet is. So in most WANs, that's wide area network, the subnet consists of two distinct components. The most important components are one is transmission lines and switching elements. Transmission lines and switching elements. It makes up a subnet. Transmission lines move bits of data between machines. They can be made of either copper wire or optical fiber or even radio links, whatever it may be. But their primary purpose is to transmit or move bits of data between the host machines. And most companies do not have a transmission lines lying about, so instead they lease the lines from a telecommunications company. And the other component of subnet is switching element. Here it is. These are the switching elements, or just switches, or specialized computers that connect two or more transmission lines. What is a switch? A switch is a specialized computer that connects two or more transmission line. The transmission line which has come from Delhi to Bengaluru, and the transmission line which is going from Bengaluru to Kolkata has been connected using a switch or router which is at the Bengaluru. So that's how it helps in connecting two or more transmission lines. When data arrive on an incoming line, the switch element must choose an outgoing line on which to forward the data. These switching computers have been called by various names in the past, but the name router is now most commonly used. Router is the one which is most commonly used. So the wide area network, as we have described, it looks similar to a large wired LAN, that's a local area network, but there are some important differences. There are some important differences that go beyond long wires. Usually, in a WAN, that's a wide area network, the hosts and subnet are owned and operated by different people. So, in our example, the employees might be responsible for their own computers, while the company's IT department is in charge of the rest of the network. So we will see clearly the clearer boundaries in coming examples, in which network provider or telephone company operates the subnet, and the separation of the pure communication aspects of the network, that's basically a subnet, from the application aspects, the hosts, greatly simplifies the overall network design. So a second difference is that the router the routers will usually connect different kinds of networking technology. So the networks inside the offices may be switched Ethernet. For example, while the long distance transmission lines may be SONET links, some devices need to join them. And a final difference is in what is connected to the subnet. This could be individual computers as well as the case for connecting to LANs, or it could be entire LANs. This is how a larger networks are built from smaller ones. As far as the subnet is concerned, it does the same job. So I would like to demonstrate a similar kind of subnet. So let's take Amazon Web Services or cloud services. Obviously, cloud services means it should have a wide area network and local area network and subnets everything. So total all their resources have been placed in. So total they have, I think, 17 plus 9, around 26 regions they have, out of which 17 regions were enabled for me, and then for 16 regions they have 52 subnets. They have 52 subnets for each region. They have subdivided that region into 3 to 4 subnets. Let's take one example. So Asia Pacific Mumbai is the one region. In that region we have 3 subnets. What does it mean? My question, that's it. It's a very simple question. What does it mean? What they'll do is they have basically named uh, in India, mostly the upper part of India, the northern part of India, as a Mumbai region. So in that region, so they have the total area, the total upper part, northern part of India has been named as a Mumbai region, and that region has been divided into 3 parts. And one part they have attached, one part they have a subnet one with this source resource ID, and another part with the subnet with this resource ID, and another part subnet with this resource ID. What is subnet? Subnet is nothing nothing more than routers and then transmission lines. That's it in a simplest way. Subnet is a group of routers and group of transmission lines. So every they have divided the overall region into three parts, and then each part will have their own region, own routers and own transmission line, and this part is named as a subnet, and this ID has been given to that, so that it would be easy to rectify the problems of fault finding or troubleshooting, and you can have a specific regions and subnets also.